My name is Pedro, Andreas, and this is what the Lord has done for me. I just wanted to share my testimony with you guys and how the Lord has just is working in my life and helping me transform it to become a better man and become a follower of Him even more. And my parents are originally Guatemalans. I was born in Florida. I have two sisters and one brother. And growing up, we're all real close. Mom and dad, good family and everything, And we moved up here to Alabama now. We've been living here for about 20 years. And um, just when my mom and dad first baptized, um, it was about like in the mid, like the early 2000s is when they baptized. And then after that, me and my siblings got baptized as well. And you know, just like any other family, there was like how you say it, like how issues, I guess you could say, like problems and stuff. So just little by little, like our family kind of just started drifting away from church and stuff. But you know, the one that stayed firm in the Word of God was my mother. And you know, to this day, like her words and just how she lived her life stuck with me. And because of her and just me reading the Bible and just the things I went through in life as well, uh, it made me want to get baptized and follow Christ again because I lost my mother due to COVID. And she's the one that really encouraged me and inspired me to continue to follow Christ. She always told me to don't be shy to speak about him. He's always with you no matter what. And just I really miss her, but just I know one day. That's how I tell people now. I know one day I'm gonna see her again, not in this world, but in the kingdom of heaven. And that's the main thing that motivates me to want to share my testimony and just try to change my life. For the best that I can be more like Christ, and just humble myself and man, just um, but just like how I said, it's real encouragement, and I don't boast about myself. I boast about the Lord and how He's just has transformed my mindset, and you know, like I have lost a lot of friends and stuff like that too. So I'm like I tell myself like, man, what's going on, But then I think about it of what I pray for, and this is God doing what I'm asking, I'm praying for this, and so you know, at times I feel lonely and stuff, but then again, like how I said, my mother's word comes back to me. She says that you are never alone. Physically you might be, but spiritually God is always with you. So that's what like I just wanted to share that with y'all as well because I'm pretty sure that there's some people that feels like that as well sometimes. Just continue to stay strong and stay in the path of the Lord, and just trust in Him. Um, as for my brothers and sisters, they go to church every once in a while, but like when they look at me when I decided to get baptized again, I got baptized this past April. April the 1st, I got rebaptized again. Because like like I said, when I first got baptized the first time, I was still a kid. I really didn't understand everything. But now that I'm more of I've grown up. Um, I read the Bible and I just understand everything more now, and so that's what just brought me to have a decision to I want to pray. I mean, I want to get baptized. I told my sisters, and just a lot of people as well, that knows me and knows my history and knows like the person I was. They just like they can't like they really can't believe it, But I just that's just something that I like as well, because like I feel like I can touch people's lives, like just like some people that is out there in the world doing what the world has to offer. You know what I mean? I know a lot of young people and stuff, and they look at me. They kind of like they like I can get their attention, because sometimes as a young adult or a teenager or whatever, sometimes like we might think our parents don't understand us. You know what I mean? But when there's somebody like a little bit younger or like my age or whatnot, like I can understand them and I can kind of like connect with them. There's some young guys and girls that works with me, and like I talk to them about God and about how He transformed me and everything, and they really pay attention. Like they get encouraged, and that's what just something that gives me happiness, because I see in their eyes that they're really listening, and that they. I say, man, if I can do it, trust me, man, you can do it as well. Don't worry about anybody else, what anybody has to say, because at the end of the day, it's just going to be you and Christ. And like I said, that's just something that's really, I take to heart, and I really like speaking of God, and His love for us. Well, like I said, I was born in Florida, but we come up to Alabama, and that's where I started school. Really, well, I started school down in Florida, but like here, when we got here in Alabama, it was like in my third grade year, and so I grew up. And when I got to middle school, that's when I started hanging with, how it is with the wrong crowd. We started going out at nights, just drinking, smoking, and going stealing cars, and just little stuff like that. It's dumb stuff that you do when you're a kid. You know what I mean? So I started doing it at a young age, and I just continued to do it like it was normal. You know what I mean? And the drinking got heavier, the smoke and everything, and that's why like um, my parents would always tell me like, man, you got to watch out. Like they would get on to me like, man, don't be going out nights and stuff like that. But it's like when you're a teenager, man, you're really just kind of like, you don't think that much. You know what I mean? But that's why I thank the Lord now that out of all the foolishness and all the stuff that I have, wickedness that I've done in my life, that I thank the Lord, man, that He still had me around here. He still has me around here for a reason. And I always used to ask myself, man, what is that reason? And I really start thinking about it, and I like, man, I know what it is now, because there's so many things that I tried to do when I was younger. Like I tried to pursue this or do this, and nothing never worked out. And I would always ask myself why. You know what I mean? And so sometimes it would just drive me to start doing more drugs. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like hopeless and stuff. So now that I think back at it, it's I ask myself, like, man, what am I here for, man? Like I would get sad sometimes, but now, like I said, now I know what it is, and it's to do the work of the Lord, to share my testimony, to share the little, uh, the little, of what I know about the Bible. It's spiritually, I'm still an infant, but little by little, reading the Bible, that's the spiritual milk, and it's going to help me grow more. I want to be like the Apostle Paul of these days. The Apostle Paul, his story is just, man, just like the most awesome story. And that's why, like I said, like I just want to continue to talk about the Lord, and just show people that you really can change, man. As long as as long as you're willing to let Him in your heart, and just trust in Him, man, He's going to do His part always. But it's just us as human beings that sometimes we're, I don't know how you say it, like stubborn or something. Like we don't want to. We just worry too much. But man, God is the answer to everything, man. He's the answer to everything. Everything. He's perfect, man. There's nothing else greater than Him. So like I said, oh yeah, like growing up, like yeah, I start, just doing all those like little dumb stuff like that, hanging out with the wrong crowd and stuff. Well, I end up finally going to prison. I went to prison and I just got out this February. Well, um, when I was in prison, my mother, like, man, I would speak to my mother every single day. I would call her every single day. She's like, man, you call me, you call me. And I was, of course, my best friend, and because everybody else, all the friends, like, that I grew up with and everybody that I used to hang with and all that, man, everybody left me, man. They left me for, like I was pretty much dead, like, so, it opened up my eyes a lot and it hurt, but at the same time, it was one of the best things that happened as well because it showed me that who really cares and who really doesn't care. And this is another word I want to tell the youth and the younger generation, man. Listen to your mom and dad, man. I know sometimes, I mean, y'all might get in arguments and stuff. Y'all don't want to listen to them or whatever. They might be always like try and get on to y'all or something, but that's tough love, man. And tough love is the best love next to Jesus Christ's love in this world, and because your mom and dad is your best friend, your mom and dad's the closest friend that you can have in this world, man. So just like if you have them, man, give them an extra hug, man. Make them proud of you, man. Just like make them happy, because they love you, man. You just sometimes when we're younger we don't understand that, we don't look at it like that, but man, the mom and dad, man, just like, man, just cherish them, man, because one day, I mean, I don't like to say it, but one day, they have to just eventually have to leave us, and I learned that the hard way, because I was locked up and due to COVID, my mother passed away due to COVID, and it really hurt my heart, man. And like, man, just like, um, it was like 2 days, um, I called her one time and she didn't answer, and so right there, right off the bat, man, I knew there was something wrong. So I was just keep on calling her, and she never answered. And it took 2 days for my sisters to finally um, let me know that they're like, man, we don't want to tell you, because like we don't want you to get hurt and stuff. But they're like, mother passed away, and right there, man, I just like started crying like a man, like a big baby, in front of everybody else and stuff. And that's one of the most heartbreaking feelings that you can ever have. So, but and another thing is that I want to share with y'all. The last time I talked to my mother, she tells me this. She says, "Man, why do you have to be locked up, man?" She goes, "Why did you have to do what you did? Why? Like, I raised a better son than that, And then I say, I know you did, Mom, and I just please, I ask for forgiveness, just forgive me, please." And she's, she was a little mad, but then, she got over it because that's just how my mom is. She had a golden heart, man, like a real loving, caring heart. And she says, yeah. She goes, yeah, I'm not mad at you. She goes, just get home, man, just get home. And she says, and do another thing is continue to read your Bible, because at that time I was reading my Bible, man, and every little thing that I knew a little, but like when you're reading, like it like refreshes your mind. So everything that I was learning, I was talking to her. I was telling her, hey, this and this, and man, she just loved that. I was like talking about God. Like she just loved it. She was like real happy, and she said, yeah, continue to read it, man, because when you get out here, then you can share it with people and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I want to do. So the last time we talked, she said, yeah, I'm not mad at you. Just get home. And that gave me like a relief off my heart, like like guilt. You know what I mean? Like it took it away from me, because I heard my mom. She says, "Yeah, I'm not mad at you no more. Just come home." So, um, and that's the last time I talked to her, man. The last words that we had together. And now that I think back at it, man, it's just like like um, it's just like God giving us another one more chance to talk, And from there on out, that's when I told myself, oh, man, I told myself that very moment, I want to continue to read, and I want to continue to work on myself, control my anger, have self-control, have discipline. And I still had like another 3 more years to do. When she passed away, I still had another 3 more years. In those 3 years, man, like I said, I boast about the Lord, man, because He's the one that worked in me, and He gave me peace of heart. He gave me confidence. I learned how to walk by myself. I didn't need to walk with nobody else. I learned how to control my tongue, you know. I learned how to just pray as well and not worry about what the next person got to say, what the next person's thinking, you know. It's not man that, it's not human beings that I'm trying to please, but Jesus Christ, you know. And I just humble myself, man, even though sometimes it's so hard in some situations, but I just humble myself and I just, you know what, I'm just gonna walk away, or I'm just gonna keep it to myself, or I'm just gonna act like I don't hear nothing, or you know what I mean? It's real hard to do, but you know, that's why I say, you know, God just transforming, man. And so, like I said, in the last 3 years I did, like, I just felt myself. I would talk to my sister, and I just tell them too, like, man, I feel so like I don't know, man. I've never felt this way before, man. But I just feel like so confident, so strong in the Word, and in myself as well. Like, you know, like I was just, my mind was just like so like, I don't know how you could describe it. It was like so strong, but you know, that just like from reading the Bible, because that's why I tell these the youngsters that I work with too. I like, man, read the Bible, man. I like, watch. If you read the Bible, you're gonna start seeing life differently, and you're gonna get knowledge as well too. You know, you're gonna get knowledge, and you know, He's gonna start working in you little by little. Watch, like you're gonna start transforming, and and that's what happened to me when in those 3 years. Like I just felt myself, man. I just knew that I was like strong. So when I finally got home, I was outside for maybe like about a month, and I told my sisters, I like, man, I want to get baptized, and they're like, you sure? I like, yeah, I'm sure. I don't want to wait no more. You know, why am I waiting for? You know, I said I'm just gonna go ahead and get baptized, and yeah, man. That's why I gave my life to Christ, and here I am now. You know, I have my battle still. You know, I'm a man at the end of the day. You know, I'm still a man, a sinner, but you know, I recognize it, and you know, I just, you know, try to, if I can avoid it, I'm gonna avoid it. You know, um, but you know, I always pray, and and was another thing too that I did a lot was just like how I'm talking to y'all right now. Like I would just talk to the Lord. Like even though, you know, like sometimes I'll just be sitting there and I'll be talking to Him, and you know what I mean, because they say talk to Him like He's your best friend. Like, you know, like He knows everything. He just wants to hear from your mouth, just like how a parent is to their kids. Like when a kid is crying, the parent knows what's wrong, but you know, they just want to see the kid that, you know, like reach out to the parent. You know, that's how God is with us. So, you know, that's why, like, just you just gotta, man, just trust in Him, man, and just trust in Him, and just continue to just seek Him. You know, seek Him, and because He's always there, and that's what He wants us to do, just to seek Him, man, to trust in Him, because um, that's pretty much all He wants us to do is just trust in Him and follow Him, you know. And yeah, so like when I got home, um, I got baptized, and that same day when I got baptized, I went and I went. No, it was the next day after. I went and grocery shop with my sister, and there was this older lady. She was a sister. She knew my mom. She was a real good friend with my mom, and I haven't seen her in a long time, you know. And she just looked at me, and I looked at her, and she says, "Is this your brother?" And my sister like, "Yeah." She's like, "Man, I haven't seen you in a long time. You finally got home?" And I'm like, "Yes, ma'am." And she's like, "Man," and she's just staring at me, and then she tells my sister, "Man, tell him to go to church." And then my sister tells her, "Hermana, yeah, he just got baptized yesterday." And she said, "What?" And my sister like, "Yeah, he just got baptized yesterday." So then she says, my sister, she just looks at me, and she just looks at me for a minute, and then she's like, "Man," she goes, "Yeah, I can tell because he has like peace in his body is just peaceful." You know, she's like, she just stared at me, man, like kind of, you know, and that's how I felt too. Like I was at peace, man. It was like it's like a feeling I never had in my life. Like it's indescribable. It's more than peace. I just continue to just read my Bible, man, and just, you know, I want to continue to seek that feeling, to seek that inner peace, you know, and that's just that peace is with Christ, being close to Him, and that's just like His presence, in you, and that's how I want to continue to seek it, and I just encourage you guys as well, to do the same thing too, man. I really like speaking to the youth because, like I said, I've been there, and I know what this world has to offer you when when you're young, or sometimes you might be misguided, or you might have just graduated high school and you don't know where to go, which way to go, or what to do. Man, ask Christ, man. Seek Him, talk to Him, and He'll open doors for you. But you just got to trust in Him. I've met some elders and I've heard some things. Sometimes they say like, "Oh, I've done my time already. Oh, I've done my work already." No, there's never. You can never be. You can never do enough. You got to continue to spread the word, spread what you know. You elders. You hand it down to the next generation. What you know. And for like the pastors, just continue to just uh, just preach, man. Like, because like, man, there's so much like preaching these days. I see like sometimes it's just words, you know what I mean? But really, like, sometimes I kind of see like, it's a lack of reading out the scriptures as well now. So that's just something that I believe that it's really, you really always got to have that Bible, because I believe like, just anybody can like just speak, you know what I mean, words, but like it takes a special person to really know how to um, come from the Bible, like speak from the Bible, and so yeah, man, just like I said, just seek Christ, man, and just like I just like I said, man, man, he done so much for me, man. When I was in prison, like there was never a day that I had nothing to eat. There was never a day where I was, where I was in harm or not anything, And every little thing, man, was Christ, man, that got me through that tough time. You know what I mean? And I remember those tough times when I was in there. I would pray to Him, and I like, Lord, you do this, Lord, I'll give my life in that. And I remember those tough times, and He came through. He, like I say, He always comes through. It's just us sometimes, like we want to switch up. But I remember those tough times, and I told Him when I got out here, like, Lord, I know what I told you, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna play with you like that because I have before, But I said, and I've seen where it's gotten me to, and I've tried to live this life without you. I try to lead myself to doing what I thought was best, but at the end of the day, I come to a dead end, or I come in a roadblock, or just something, But after I got baptized, now, I let Him lead me. I'm no longer living life solo. God is with me now, Like, if there's trouble, I know that He's right beside me, He's my shelter, And just, I just trust in Him, and I just let Him lead me. And like I tell, when I pray, I like, Lord, I don't know how many more obstacles, and I don't know what lies ahead of me, but I know for one thing for sure is that I'm not by myself no more. You're with me now, So that's just something that, it gives me comfort in my heart, knowing that, that He's always going to be with us no matter what. And just like how He's with me, it's just like the same way that He can be with you guys as well, and that He is with you guys, just like, you got to just let Him in your heart, man, and just believe in Him and trust in Him, man. Don't worry about what, like I said, don't worry about what people got to say. Just even when Jesus Christ was here, the Pharisees and stuff, they even criticized Him and like talked about Him. That's Jesus Christ, man. And who are we? You know what I mean? Let people do what they do, man. Don't worry about it, man. Just continue to pursue forward, man, in Jesus Christ, and and because at the end of the day, man, we might have some dark days, or we might go through some stuff, man. But just always remember, the end is going to be Jesus Christ. He's going to have the ultimate victory, and we want to be on that side. Let's be on that side instead of on this side, on the world side. Because everything in the world is just temporary. It's going to all fade away. But Jesus Christ and His word is going to be forever, forevermore. So let's always keep that in mind, and let's continue to just seek that, because like another thing, this world is not this world is not our home. We're just passing through, our citizenship is in heaven. So that's where let's just make that to let's just always remember that and just try to keep pursuing and going forward in Christ, so where we can be within one day in the golden roads. And so let's always remember as well, you're not alone. Christ is with us every single time. And like how I think about it, sometimes I like to just picture in my mind, like I'm walking, and I just always like to picture like a big lion walking beside me, like the lion of Judea, you know what I mean? So that's how I always like to think about it. My name is Pedro Andreas, and this is what the Lord has done for me.